Welcome to Beyond Sunday at Seymour Heights, a podcast created to go beyond the Sunday service experience, exploring some of the deeper questions of our faith and offering additional content from behind the scenes and from the cutting room floor. Today, we are sitting down with a friend who always has a smile, a giant smile on her face. And if you attend service in person on Sunday, I'm sure you will recognize her. So a warm welcome to Miss Ashly Payne.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, it's a pleasure to sit down and to get to know you a little bit better. And to get started, why don't you tell us, what should we know about Miss Ashly?
Well, I moved here from Georgia. I lived there my whole life. And I am, I guess you would call it Georgia Peach. And we came up here from Georgia about 8 years ago, maybe a little bit longer, and for my husband's work. And so we still have a home down there and still have our family and everything down there. But we're here for now till we retire, I guess, which hopefully won't be much longer.
Well, I am one for some peach desserts. Give me a peach cobbler.
Yes.
And I would say you are probably a connoisseur of peaches.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Coming from Georgia. So I appreciate that too. And we could get, we have that common, you know, maybe not the Georgia Bulldogs and the Vols, but we have that in common.
That's
and then
correct.
we also have in common is our love for the Lord.
Yes.
And I know that is something that we have talked about before. And so why don't you tell me a little bit about just your experience in your faith journey?
Okay. Well, I am the youngest of 6 children, and my parents were not Christians for the first 3 kids. And then my mama got saved watching a Billy Graham crusade on TV, and then my daddy got saved shortly thereafter. And so the second 3, half of us kids knew what it was like to grow up all the time with Christian parents. So half of us saw the old life, and the others of us just got to experience the new life. And so I never knew a day that Jesus wasn't in our lives.
Right.
We always went to church, Sunday school, vacation Bible school, camps. We always sang. We just were always involved. And I can't think of a day in my life that I wasn't privileged to have been brought up in church. Wonderfully enough, my older siblings have got to come to know Jesus as well, but I think they had probably a little tougher road to go down at first because of knowing that old lifestyle. But anyway, I got saved when I was 11 and baptized when I was 15. And I guess what I should say is I am a mess up. And I have messed up more in my life than not. And I have done worse things than I ever did up until 11 years when I got saved. So that's just by God's grace that I'm able to continue on. And He, every time I mess up, and you'd think I'd learn, but every time I mess up, He just still welcomes me right back in and helps me fix all that I'm messed up. And I'm just so blessed.
What a sweet truth there, though. You know, that is a truth for all of us, because we are all broken people, and as much as we want to, continue to chase after Jesus and live how He has called us to live, man, Satan is right there.
Mm-hmm.
Satan is right there at the back door trying to distract us, right?
Yes.
And so the hope and we have to take it right back over to the Lord and just to see how that has shown up for you as well.
Yes, multiple times.
Yeah.
And yes, you can never let your guard down because you're never where you're supposed to be. So you have to just keep striving to get closer to God so that He can help you realize those areas before maybe you fall into those traps. But
Well, I know you said you guys have been here in Seymour for about 8 years.
yes.
What have you noticed in those last 8 years, or maybe it goes before that a little bit, of how you have kind of guarded yourself a little bit more? What have you done to kind of put some walls up of protection? What do you do to stay connected to the Lord more?
We come to church. That's the main thing, because off and on throughout mine and my husband's marriage, we have had times where we didn't go to church. And so when we came here, this is when we knew, okay, we got to get plugged in somewhere. And I Googled churches in Sevier County, and 60 churches came up, and I went through every single church to just read about their beliefs and their doctrines, and just trying to find one that was more like what we were used to growing up in Georgia at home. And I narrowed it down to 5. And so the very first one was Seymour Heights. And so me and Billy talked about it, and I said, we're going to try this church first, and then we'll just keep trying these others until we feel one that feels at home. So we came to church here, and we never tried another one. Yeah. We've just been here ever since because it just felt like family. But we both have tried to get involved in church by different ministries. Mm-hmm. Like I said earlier, growing up, I always either sang in the choir or on a praise team or whatever, but didn't feel that calling here. So what better to get involved in for me than talking to people, because I love talking and just getting to know people and making them feel welcome, because I think that's one of the things that made us not ever try another one, is because we felt so welcome. So I wanted to give that back. And
we have a great team down there too, right? That you have not only as you're walking up the sidewalk, you have people watching, they're opening the doors for you. You've got people even, I think, at times helping outside in the parking lot, and then inside, helping make sure that they know where the coffee is, they know where the bathrooms are, they know where to go and sit in the worship center where their kids go. And I think that makes a huge impact.
Oh, sure.
But one of the things that stands out to me too, and we were talking a little bit about this before the show, was the regularity of those people, right? The teammates that you have, you and the team that help down there, you're regular. And so you know these faces, you know these people. And so what has that been like for you?
I just feel like I get to see friends every week, and just kind of give them a hug and let them know that I missed them last week if they, if I didn't see them or they weren't there, or sometimes I'm not there because we go home to visit family and stuff. So I might be out a week or 2 or something when we go to Georgia, but it's always good to come back and see everybody and just feel like family.
Yeah. Man, family, I think you hit the nail on the head there too, is that's what makes it stick. And I think a lot of people would be in a similar position as you. We hear stories all the time of people checking us out on the website. And sometimes that's a little bit deeper. They'll check us out with the live stream and they'll watch that for a while. And we love having people join us online for worship. But you and I know it's that transition into in-person worship. That's where that connection really starts to happen. And I think from there, you also see opportunities not only for service, But even we have adult Bible study, we have walk groups, we have specialty like book studies for different things too. And so have you and Billy had the opportunity to plug into anything else?
Yes, we both are in a walk group, and that is just amazing because the church is so big. It's hard to get to know everybody and on a personal level sometimes. And so that walk group is just this close-knit little family that we encourage each other. We pray for each other. We have a little text message. Hey, when my husband was injured a few months ago, I just sent out a text. I'm taking Billy to the ER. Pray. And I knew all of them, and then I just started getting texts back praying, Ashly praying. Right. If you're sick, we do food and take to them, or if you had a baby, and or
it's what makes this big church feel small too, right? With this group that you've got.
Yes, and then we have that that lesson that helps that we talk a little bit more in depth on the service that we just had on Sunday, and we can talk more in depth and just then if you have questions, you can ask them at that time and stuff. It's just wonderful. And then we have one night every month that we just play games and bring food and we just have fun.
That's good.
So I just can't make it throughout the week without our Wednesday night walk group because
it's like a shot in the arm, right? To help you kind of finish the week out.
It boosts you and get you
Sunday
going.
mornings are powerful. Mm-hmm. Sunday mornings are that, anchor for the week, but that Wednesday boost.
Yes.
I think going back to the question earlier, that's one of those walls, those barriers we put up against Satan is we're just surrounding ourselves with people that are going to encourage us and to challenge us and to encourage us along the way. So
exactly.
Along that line, if I could make it a little personal for you with currently, what have you been reading? What has the Lord been saying to you through his word recently?
Well, like I said earlier, my husband had an accident about a little over 3 months ago, and he broke his femur and crushed his heel. And so he's had a couple surgeries. He's been, out of work and pretty much just sitting in a recliner all day long, every day, because he's can't have any weight, non-weight bearing. So it's been hard to watch him at times struggle with that because I know that can't be easy. And then it's been hard on me because I've had to pick up all of his responsibilities at home on top of mine as well. And I try not to take it out on him very much, but I'm sure I do at times. But so a friend of mine had sent me a Bible verse. Let me see if I can find it here that has really helped me during this time. And I don't have
when you find it, if you don't mind, we'll just have you read it.
Okay. It is Deuteronomy 31:6, and it says, "Do not fear the road ahead, for God walks with you. His hand will guide you, and his grace will sustain you through every trial." And that has I just keep trying to go back to that verse every time I start getting discouraged or overwhelmed or just not happy, because it helps me to know that he's right there with me. He's helping me through this trial. He's helping him through this trial, and we're going to make it. And he's not ever not been faithful to us. So I've not been faithful to him at times, but he's always been there for us. So that just helps me get through.
And what a sweet reminder. And this is what we encourage everybody to do is surround yourself with people like that friend, right? Yes. That it's going to encourage you, that's going to come alongside you. It's going to point you back to the Lord's word.
Yes.
As many times as we can read it. I share on the podcast often, I like to listen to the Bible. I'm in the vehicle a lot. And so I will play through the Dwell app and listen to the Bible. But every year I read through it or listen through it. something else stands out different. And I think
Yes.
sometimes it speaks to what's going on in our lives, right? Like you're shared right now with Billy and his surgeries and just life is different chapter right now, right?
Exactly.
The Lord's word is still the same. It's just revealed a little bit differently. Something stands out a little bit differently to you and can be great encouragement. Well, I think that's really powerful truth to share. And I wonder if from that, maybe you got a challenge for everybody before we close out today. What would you say to everybody?
I would say definitely never doubt God is there for you. He's there for you through every trial and every season, like you said, in your life, whether it be good or bad. And if you live long enough, the good's going to be bad at times, and but then they'll be good again. So just get into the Word, get into prayer. Just try to draw closer to the Lord, because He will get you through those seasons in life that aren't so easy or so happy at times. And then I would encourage getting plugged into a walk group, because they have helped us get through this time as well in our life, and try to get involved in serving someplace in the church. It really helps take your mind off yourself and the things you're going through when you're serving other people.
Yeah. What a powerful truth that is. So I appreciate you sharing that.
Thank you.
Challenge for all of us, right? Get plugged in.
Yes.
Find a place to serve. Find a place to be in a small group, like you said, a walk group, and to be challenged to grow closer to the Lord. So thank you for sitting down with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, ma'am. As we wrap up today, remember that change can start with little moments where we can practice our faith and grow in our relationship with the Lord every day. We look forward to seeing you at church soon, and we'll catch you next time. And